Time to play! For peace. Swim? Yes. Yes. I'll do my best. Yeah. Best wishes. Gotta cool off. Sweet dreams. Say night-night. Let's dream. Let's go. Very well. Yes. For peace. Yes. Best wishes. Time for a swim? All right. You've been naughty. Let's dream. Let's go. Gotta cool off. I'll do my best. Of course. Very well. Yes. For peace. Time for a swim? Best wishes. Yes. Gotta cool off.
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem clear video in Fire Emblem Heroes, today taking on the brand new legendary hero Hríd in his very own legendary hero battle on Abyssal difficulty. So this one's actually kind of a nice change of pace from the recent legendary hero battles we've been getting. The trend with those have been basically a gauntlet, a very slow, brooding gauntlet, putting you in a very enclosed space and letting you watch as waves after waves of reinforcements approach and slowly encroach on you. This one is actually very straightforward, very quick, and to the point. You have more or less 3 turns before Hríd starts coming at you like a bat out of hell. And there are reinforcements, but it's not quite the volume that we've been seeing in a lot of other legendary hero battles, or at least it doesn't seem like it at least. It seems a little bit more manageable. By that same token, though, the enemies are much more aggressive, and there's not as much room to hide. There aren't as many choke points. And it's more open, which is both a pro and a con, because it's a pro, gives you more maneuverability as a player. It's a con because you can't hide behind a tank quite as capably in a lot of instances as you normally would. So at this point, I believe everybody knows Hríd's legendary weapon, Yol, and its weapon effect. It basically gives him a breaker effect against any enemy that either has a visible debuff or a negative status effect. So naturally, this map is going to be absolutely filled to the brim with ploys, smokes, and seals. And you're going to get debuffs every which way from every which corner, all trying to set you up for Hríd being able to double and kill you. He also is on a 0-turn cooldown with his Moonbow, which means that when he initiates against you, it's going to be pretty powerful. He has built-in distant counter as part of just his normal kit. Of course, he also has the Freezing Seal, which will severely penalize any character that has very low res on your team. And obviously everybody has pretty ridiculous Abyssal stat lines, as we've come to know and love. This healer, this cleric, is actually pretty annoying. She doesn't have a Wrathful effect, but she does have a Dazzling effect, which means that you can't counterattack her, and she does have Gravity. So in addition to having kind of a double ploy here for res and defense, and 42 res, she does have a Gravity and a Gravity Plus effect on her staff, so really annoying stuff. Reinforcements are going to start appearing all around behind you, as well as near Hríd. They kind of staggered it so that the units with more mobility will appear kind of in the back, the units with less mobility will appear closer to you, and all sort of with the intent of letting them kind of overstack their danger zones and making it difficult for you to take them on. So like I had mentioned, the map itself is actually pretty favorable for the player. There's a lot of room to maneuver and get out of the way of danger and bait enemies side to side. So there is some room to move around, and that is much, much appreciated, and a nice change of pace from, again, the more recent legendary hero battles. There are these 3 breakable tiles. What I will say is, depending on your team composition, resist the urge to break them right away. They can be helpful in certain instances to choke off certain enemy reinforcements and funnel them where you want them to go. Don't destroy them immediately, just watch where the enemy is, see how you can use those to your advantage, depending on the team that you are using. Okay, so let's take a look at the team. Since this team is pretty heavy on the greens, Hríd is a red legendary hero. Generally speaking, when we have a certain color for a legendary hero, the surrounding units tend to be the other 2 colors predominantly, and in this instance there is a lot of blue and a whole lot of green, so that is part of the reason why we've decided to use Adrift Camilla in our Camilla Emblem this time around. So this will be the second map that we use Adrift Camilla in Camilla Emblem. So let's take a look at her build. So we kept her Book of Dreams. It's an excellent tome, very useful, especially when tanking on enemy phase. We gave her Reposition, Blazing Flame, so an AoE special. That's going to come in handy. Generally speaking, it allows you to store your special, so you can use it when you want to on player phase. It also allows you essentially to double before the enemy can counterattack. In the case of Hríd, for example, it can basically chip away at him and secure that kill at the first initiation. And of course it also has a splash effect, which can be useful when dealing with huge swaths of enemies, which legendary hero battles tend to have. We also put Death Blow on her, Death Blow 3. That just edges her out enough to secure a couple of kills. She comes with attack res bond, which is useful, but there will be certain instances in which Adrift Camilla will not be next to an ally, and I still want to have that extra damage on player phase. Her B slot doesn't matter a whole lot. I left her attack res link 3 for her B slot. It's a great skill if you don't need a quick riposte or if you don't need a renewal or something like that. And in this instance, I really didn't. So this will actually help boost some of the other Camillas to secure some kills a little later on. Gave her Goad Flyers for the C slot. Always an excellent, excellent, excellent flyer buff for mage flyers. And I gave her Attack Defense Bond 3 for the seal, just to boost her damage in some instances when she is adjacent to an ally. Next, let's take a quick look at Vanilla Camilla. She is plus 10. She is the only merged unit on this team thus far. Distant counter for the A slot, renewal for the B slot. It's going to let her tank a lot of hits. Camilla's Axe, reposition, Glimmer. Glimmer, a very low cooldown special. It's great when you're dealing with enemies with huge HP like we are here, so she'll be able to proc that very often, and it'll help her secure a lot of kills on enemy phase. We gave her Hone Flyers for the C slot as usual, and Quick Riposte 3 for the seal. There's some very speedy enemies on this map. It's going to come in handy to, again, secure the double on enemy phase and kill. So next up we have New Year's Camilla, Slaying Edge, Gale Force, as usual. We changed her reposition to Drawback. That's actually going to come in handy a little bit later when I need to do some fine-tune maneuvering. I have Brazen Attack and Speed on her A slot. I don't think she needs this. You can swap this out for pretty much any A slot skill that boosts her attack, I believe. Hit and Run for the B slot could also just as easily use Drag Back. That would be fine as well. Have Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Drive Attack 2. This is going to help some of the other Camillas secure some very, very clutch, very, very close kills. And finally, we have Summer Camilla with the Blar Blade and Reposition, Death Blow for the A slot, Desperation for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Heavy Blade for the Seal. That's going to come in handy to help her proc Miracle, or at least get Miracle ready. Bear in mind that Heavy Blade does take into account those Blade Tome boosts. So it's actually a pretty good skill to put on your Blade Tome users. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, this Axe Knight is sticking out a little bit too dangerously. We're going to use Adrift Camilla to go ahead and snipe him out, double and kill on player phase. We'll reposition her to safety with Vanilla Camilla. And in the process, we're just going to stick in T formation. We'll use Summer Camilla to go ahead and take out this block on the right-hand side. We're going to leave the block on the left-hand side, and we'll just rest with New Year's Camilla so they're all getting a Hone Flyers buff for next turn. Okay, and then they're going to approach. So the first movement I want to do, this Cleric is very dangerous, just reducing your movement and limiting your ability to counterattack. So what we want to do is, first, we want to position ourselves so that Vanilla Camilla is right here. This way, she can tank all of the right-hand side that's incoming, and she wouldn't be able to make that move, it's a 2-space move, if she was affected by gravity. So now that she's secured in this spot, we can use Adrift Camilla to move up and take out the Cleric. So she's going to get hit in return, which means that both Adrift Camilla and Vanilla Camilla are going to be afflicted by gravity, unfortunately. But that is okay. We're going to use Drawback with New Year's Camilla to pull Adrift Camilla back. And that's going to keep her in the range of this Green Cavalier on the left-hand side. Vanilla Camilla is in the range of this Manakete and Green Mage on the right-hand side. And then we're going to use Summer Camilla to snipe this this Sword Fighter here. Double him, do a lot of damage, just kind of chip away at him. I want to highlight him for a second just because he's ridiculous. Okay, so he's got 86 HP. He has Barrier Blade Plus, which gives him plus 7 res. Then it has a Res Refinement, which gives him plus 4 res. Then he has Distant Defense 3, which gives him plus 6 res from a ranged unit. Then he has Deflect Magic 3, which reduces the second doubled attack by 80%. So and then, he comes natively with 31 res. So, all in all, this guy is a ridiculous res tank, and as you can see here, Summer Camilla, despite all of those buffs, the Blade Tome damage and the color advantage, still cannot kill him. But she's going to chip away at him, do significant damage. She's in the range of him, but that's okay. She can tank one hit on enemy phase, and she won't get doubled. So she'll survive that. So Adrift Camilla will tank that without an issue. And Vanilla Camilla will do a lot of work here. With Glimmer proc, she just barely gets these 2 kills on enemy phase, which is very crucial. And then on this turn, that's when Hríd starts to advance. Like I said, on this map, Hríd, the legendary hero, does advance very quickly, and here he is. So he's right in front of us. Thankfully, we have Adrift Camilla here, and she has Blazing Flame at the ready. So she can proc Blazing Flame. That's going to do enough damage so that the next successive hit from her is going to kill him. And so we don't even have to worry about the breaker effect at all. So we'll just go ahead and release that. Take out Hríd. Vanilla Camilla is afflicted by the gravity, so all she can really do is just kind of back up and reposition Adrift Camilla off to the side. We're going to use New Year's Camilla to take out this Green Cavalier, and then after doing so, she'll pull back a little bit to safety. She'll still be in the range of this Thief, which is okay. That's fine. New Year's Camilla is pretty tanky, and she is at full health. She's not going to get doubled with all of the Goad Flyers buffs that she has right now. So that's really not a concern. But the drag back / hit and run will take her safely out of the range of the Lance Knight. Next, Summer Camilla just takes out the Sword Fighter, finishes him off on this turn. So the Thief is going to attack New Year's Camilla. That is also going to Savage Blow and severely debuff all of the Camillas. But that's okay. We're kind of, it's pretty smooth sailing from this point on. We can use New Year's Camilla to double against the Thief, take him out, and also activate Gale Force in the process. And now we just kind of want to regroup. All of our Camillas are limping a little bit because of the debuff effects and the smoke that they've been hit with. All of their stats are suffering. Like, look at Vanilla Camilla. All of her... Look at that red. So we just want to regroup in T formation so everybody's getting that Hone Flyers buff.
Yes. Let's dream.
Shift into the corner safely here as the enemy approaches. This will also give Vanilla Camilla an opportunity to heal from the renewal, get an extra 10 health, and that 10 health is going to matter. That 10 health is going to allow her to take out this Lance Cavalier and tank the hit in retaliation. So that's what we're going to do. She'll take out the Lance Cavalier, and then we're just going to kind of pull back a little bit, retreat off to the side as far as we can. The Bow Cavalier is a big threat, just super annoying, and we just want to separate the enemies out so we can take them on at our leisure. And we can do this, since we are flyers, we have the advantage maneuverability-wise. Like I said, so they're approaching on the lower end, so we can just reposition ourselves to safety on the upper end and regroup so that we're getting the adequate buffs to be able to take out the enemies as they approach. So right now, Summer Camilla can't take out the Bow Cavalier. She needs a buff. And thankfully, we have Adrift Camilla with that attack res link. If you don't have attack res link, you'll notice that she still has Miracle at the ready as sort of a contingency plan. It doesn't come into play here because all we have to do is reposition with Adrift Camilla, and that gives her the necessary buff to be able to take out the Bow Cavalier on player phase. But it is nice to have that Miracle ready. Next, we just draw back with New Year's Camilla and let them continue to approach. Alright, so this turn we are primed to just kind of finish them off. We can use Summer Camilla to cancel out this Lance Knight on player phase. And then we can use Adrift Camilla to finish off the Axe Dragon. And that's it. So that is the strategy that I employed using Camilla Emblem to clear the Abyssal level difficulty for Legendary Hero Battle Hríd. Let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using to clear this Legendary Hero Battle on Abyssal difficulty. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you so much for watching, we really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.